welcome to Emma Bobbins. I am Emma, this is Melody, and this is my channel where we talk about all things cross stitch. Do you mind? There's my drink. Trying to start a new video for each of the projects that I start so that you can kind of see the process of a project start to finish. I saw this design, I'll put a picture here so you can see what she looks like when she's all finished. Happy Sloth Patterns. I've bought a couple of patterns from them before and loved them. So this is the Black Mermaid, and it was one of those ones I saw it on Instagram and I liked it and I was like, oh, that's really cute. And then I came across it again and I was like, brainwave, what if I'd done her tail and the little flecks in her hair and her bra all in metallics? Tell me that wasn't a great idea at the time, but I don't actually know what I'm getting into because I have worked with metallics precisely. Well, I've had metallic thread on the geisha that I've done, and also I've used some étoile threads from DMC in my Christmas advent calendar. Nothing else. And by the way, for date reference, Saturday the 17th of February. So I didn't film the very start of the process, which was once I bought the pattern from Happy Sloth Patterns, loaded the pattern really quickly into Markup RXP just so I could see which colours I needed to convert into metallics. I didn't want to buy everything in metallics. It wouldn't work for like her hair or a skin tone or the rocks that she's sitting on or the kelp that's behind. I just didn't think it would work. I went on to Lakeside Needlecrafts. I've never used them before, but what I found was I would normally go to the likes of Hobbycraft or Lovecrafts for my threads, but they didn't seem to stock a lot of metallic thread that I was looking for, and Lakeside Needlecraft did have a section on their website specifically for metallic threads. Lakeside Needlecrafts had a really good range of loads of different metallics, so I went for Chronic for some of them. They didn't have a lot of Chronic threads actually, to be honest. Majority of them are Glisten Gloss threads. I have no idea. I've never bought a metallic before apart from one étoile. The other metallic that I used came as part of a Dimensions kit. I actually genuinely have no idea if everything that I've bought is any good, so wish me luck, I guess. All the colours that I needed, I just kind of like marked them off that they were part of the metallics that I wanted to buy, and then I just tried my best with Lakeside Needlecraft's website open on Chronic and the Glisten Gloss, trying to colour match as much as I could. I would just overlay it on the screen. The threads that I used in this pattern, and if I have substituted, what did I substitute it with? Anyway, it came! This is my order from Lakeside Needlecrafts, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought it would have been in like a big box, but it's not. We're gonna unbox this all together, and then going forward I'll maybe just show you weekly clips when I am working on it. How's it going? You know, there's cat hair everywhere, sorry. I will show on my floss tube every month-ish all the regular updates that I would do, but I thought this would be a good way to just get really in and about it and show you how it's going, like really in depth week on week. And I don't think I've seen anyone else on floss tube do a video from start to finish. If you have, let me know, because I'd be really interested to see how that turned out, you know. I don't even know if these videos are gonna work. Welcome to this new, I wouldn't even call it a series of videos, it will be a series, but obviously just as and when. Obviously I can only do it for new projects going forward, so anything that I was working on won't have this, unfortunately, but you know, we learn as we go. Let's get to unboxing. This will be maybe an official start, I'm not sure. Let me get some scissors, try and kind of carefully open it. Don't want to cut anything inside, obviously. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're there. Oh, that's nice. Yes, I did order some fabric as well, so let's get it all out, shall we? Lots of glitter, lots of metallic. I need to actually make sure everything is here. We'll start with the fabric first. So I'm just going to put all the threads to one side for a moment, and we'll just look. Oh, this looks so pretty. This is a pastel rainbow 18 count. Oh look, no detergent, can't wash it. That's good actually to know. It's just white on the other side. Okay. I thought I ordered the iridescent one, but I don't think I did. I think I just ordered the normal one. So this is my first time ordering over dyed fabric, I think it is. It's very nice. I don't know how it's looking on screen, but in person it looks perfect. I need to think about if I'm gonna use the whole thing for the mermaid or am I just gonna cut part of it to use for her. Okay, so we got the fabric, so that's a 50 by 45 centimeter. That was $11.99, which isn't too bad. It feels quite nice. A little bit stiff, but not too much. Let's go through
the DMCs just so that I can make sure I have got everything. The 310 looks really brown in this light. It's really weird. All my DMCs are here. And then onto the Chronics. These are gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Little green one hiding. So what do we got first? 24, which is fuchsia. What's this one? They're just gone roll away. We have this one is BF31. Yep, crimson blending filament. I have no idea if this is the right things I bought, but you know, what else. Put it that way so we can see them. 015HL, the Chatteros. Something like that, I don't actually know how you say that. This will be 153V, so it's a vintage burgundy. And then BF008. There we go. That's the Chronics. And then we have the Gliss and Glosses. These feel really nice, actually. I've never heard anyone speaking of using them. We shall see. Hopefully they all work together. Oh, we've got one here too. 002, that's this one here. 109, 403, 108, 701, 306, 811, 705, and then 710. All complete, ready to go. I like these actually, that they're already bobbinated. I just had to put my label maker on charge because I can't use it. It's completely dead. So, I don't think these are going to fit in here, are they? No, nowhere close. If I bend them, they do fit. Let's get out my bag of tricks. So these are all the bobbins that I've collected from just buying like 3 or 4 of these boxes. I need a divider. There's one divider. There's 2 dividers. I'll just bring the pattern up and make sure I've got all the colours ready to go, because I think I did have some DMC colours already. Okay, let's get these Gliss and Glosses in here. That's all the Gliss and Glosses. Do I want to start bobbinating these Chronics? Gonna have to do it at some point. Okay, so what I normally do is just mark them up, and then once they're drying I can start bobbinating them. I might actually just do these DMC ones so that they're completely dried as well by the time I get to them. Although they may be better, like just leaving them on the roll. I usually do this around a roller actually. I wonder if that would help. I normally just hold it at the top and then just wrap it around. Okay, I don't want to ruin it, so I'm just gonna like go for that much and then see how I get on. Hopefully I don't tangle it all. I can hear Melody snoring. Oh dear lord. What have I done? It's gonna all tangle, isn't it? It's not exactly difficult to work with. Let me just cut this. Right, that'll do for the first one. Maybe I just keep the Chronics in a bag. It's raining, it's pouring, Melody is snoring. Better trying it with one than doing them all and then regretting life choices. Oh yeah, okay, it's just exploded. Okay, that's okay. I'm just gonna throw it in there. Can I fit them all in my little box? Okay, I can fit them all. These are useless, but I'll just leave them in here anyway. And then the stuff that I actually know how to do is bobbinate my actual DMC thread, so that's fine. I can do that. Did I need any other colours out? That's what I was checking. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 colours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay. That was easy. Put the bobbin box away. While I've got this out, I've got 18 count fabric, right? So she should be 5 by 6.4 inches. So that's like 8 by 9 inches. So if I maybe just actually half this fabric, half there, right in half where the seam is, then I can save the rest of it. Maybe I just cut it to the longer seam, so it's like quite square. Yeah, I think I might do that instead. And then I'm just gonna machine around the edges and then we can start. So exciting. And then I'll have like a little bit and then this whole other half to use. Let's bobbinate first. It says to bobbinate by pull out the end thread and then just wrap it around. I would normally cut to length first and then bobbinate, but do I try it this way and see if I like it? I think I might, because I don't have that many DMC colours and it won't annoy me too much. So yeah, okay, let's do it. Oh, maybe I didn't want to pull that off. Anyway, never mind. This is why everyone's bobbins look good, and mine's never did.
Hello, it is Thursday the 29th of February. I didn't do an update last week because I was sick and I'm still very sick, but I feel a little bit better to actually speak, so doing a little update for the state of my nails. I had to take them all down, they were really annoying me. Mermaid progress, look how good she looks. I've been trying to like get her in the sun, but that's really difficult. So how's it going so far? She's going really good, as you can see. A little bit creepy with her face like that, but we'll get there. She did have like yellow in her bra and like down here as well, but I decided just to frog it out. This is a yellow, the Gliss and Gloss 403. I'll show you a picture actually before and after. I just didn't feel like it was really fitting with the rest of the colours, so I've just substituted it for all of the yellow for 002 and the Gliss and Gloss Rainbow blending threads. And so far I think it's really working. Like, it's up here. This is where that 002 is supposed to be, and then you can kind of see the little purpley bits in here where it's not supposed to be. I just think it fits a lot better. Hello, today is the 9th of March, it's Saturday, and I might notice a tiny little difference. You know, she's so small. I got a 6x6 frame because the big frame just wasn't working for me. It was so hard to get the tension right and keep tension. I bought a little small Q snap and she's looking very good. Last night actually and the day before I have been like going at her hair. I'm still not well, by the way, if it's why my voice is going. So yeah, not much left to do in her hair anyway, and then I'll open her up so you can see her in full. This is where we're at the moment. Pretty much the top half of her is like done. I just need to fill in the white parts. Her kind of like hair jewels, they're the same colour as these metallics. And then I just need to do the bottom of her tail. I think there's rocks or kelp in that over here, just like on the side there's some kelp. So you can see the bottom of the rock there. She's obviously got her hand on the rock. Then your tail swishes round and then that'll be it finished. Looking good. I'll show you the back just in case anyone's interested. I feel like this is one of the neatest backs that I have done so far. I have kind of been quite careful with cutting my tails too short because normally that's what I am guilty of. It's looking really good so far. I'll show you a little bit of close up on her. Those metallics look so good. Done. I just went like down a little bit to the bottom just to finish off one of the colours. So I think that's that colour completely done. Trying to make my black stitches as fluffy as possible, but I don't know. I think it looks okay as it is. It's not like I'm going to be this close to it, you know. Is it even going to focus that close? No, 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 no. There we go. I think it looks okay because, in all honesty, people's hair isn't like completely covered. There's always going to be light shining through, so I think that kind of makes sense. What I was thinking of doing though is, remember that rainbow colour that I substituted the yellow out for? I was going to give her like little, oh, what do you call them? They're basically like little plastic threads that you can put through your hair. I don't know whether to like give her that or not. I maybe do fill in the metallic bits first and then decide if I want to go for it. Look at her cute little face. She doesn't look like an evil demon anymore. It's March 16th, it's Saturday, so exactly a week after my last update. You'll see her hair is all filled in, so it's looking good. I'm still kind of sick, so I haven't had as much time to stitch on her as I would have liked. With this week being really busy at work and I'm exhausted and just, yeah. There's a lot happening, so not a lot of stitching's been going on. I started to do the rocks down the bottom by her hand. Her tail kind of swishes up in this direction. I need to fill in the kelp here, and then she's done. So I think according to Markup RXP, I should be finished in like a week or something if I continue at the pace I've been going, which I think should be quite manageable. So nearly another finish. She's looking really good. Although this fabric is really badly fraying, just as well I had machined the edges, otherwise it would just be a complete mess. Like, it's already pretty messy as it is. Oh, she's looking so good. I'll show you the back, because I showed you the back last time. A little bit messier. Yeah, but she's looking good so far, I think. It won't be long until she's completely done. I'm really happy with how she's turned out, although I just wish I could show you how like shiny she is in real life. It just doesn't show you much on the camera, but that's okay. I think you get the gist with it, the way that she is just now. I still haven't figured out a name for her. If you have any name suggestions, please let me know, because I don't know what she is yet. She deserves a name. Hello. It is Monday the 25th of March. I was gonna say April. It's not April yet. We're still in March. A little bit of a different background for me today, so apologies if you can hear the washing machine that's currently spinning away in the background. What you're all here for is the mermaid. She's finished, finally. This is not great lighting. Saturday night I finished her and she's just she's so cute. I want to hang her up already. I want to get her in a frame and all that, but that's just not going to happen yet. In this clip I want to show you how I glue all the backs down. I haven't shown you this before. My Mod Podge fabric glue, Dale and Rowley. This is a graduate brush and it's just got that little angled tip flat brush. I'm going to show you how I glue it all down, how I hang her up, and then I need to wait 2 days. I'm not going to wash this project. It doesn't look grubby at all, so that's good, but just because it's like printed ombre, so I don't want to take the risk of hand washing it and potentially washing out all the colour. I'm not going to hand wash it, but I am going to iron it. Got Mermaid here. This is the back. This fabric is fraying quite a lot as well, but that's okay. Take the Mod Podge. This was about £10, pretty expensive, but what I find is sometimes I don't cut my tails short enough or tuck them in under enough stitches, so I just get left with like these little bits that stick up, which can loosen at the front but also can like overhang quite a bit to like the outside of the project, like this little black bit here. And I'd rather it be shumped in so that it's not showing through when I eventually frame her, because that's what I do intend for her anyway. She will be framed. Get Mod Podge. I usually just start with whatever's in the cap left over, get a good blob of it, and then just paint down. So usually I go from the edges and just paint away. If you do put too much down, the other side of your surface will get kind of sticky as it seeps through the holes. Be mindful if you've got a surface that you really want to preserve or really want to keep. This is my first time actually using it with metallics apart from on the geisha. Most of these colours are glisten glosses, which actually seem to be holding down pretty nicely. I found that with the geisha, the gold that was through it, the metallic was quite hard. I had to put down quite a good few layers. Flatten it down, let it lie with a layer of glue, and then go do a different area and then come back and just apply it quite a few times. I think this really helps seal it as well, so that all the stitches are in place. They're not gonna loosen, especially if I'm manipulating the fabric when it's ironing or whatever. Just in terms of ironing, this Mod Podge manages ironing totally fine. If you leave it in one place for too long, it does tend to go a little bit tackier. With a cross stitch project, you're probably not going to be leaving the heat on it for that long anyway. And I know this is like not always a necessary step, but it's just one that I like to do. And I've been pretty liberal with the glue, to be honest. If it seeps through to the front, it usually just dries in and you don't see it. If it does dry in and you can see it, just use some acetone. Do a tiny little test on the back just to make sure it's not going to muck with the colours or anything like that. Some of the threads on this are so wiry. It's just this green one, HL, I guess that means high luster or something like that. It's just such a fine thread. The first one I did it on was like my first big project, which was Moo by Bothy Threads. And I was just leaving tails far too short and they were just sticking up like nobody's business. That's why I ended up doing it. And I've just done it on every project since, because even though I'm getting better at not leaving myself so short on the thread, gives it like that seal of I've totally finished. But yeah, in general, I actually don't mind working with metallics. I hope the camera picks it up, how nice the colours actually are. I'm impressed. Like, I let my creativity go with this one and it paid off. And it was an expensive mistake to make if it didn't pay off, because metallics are not cheap. Okay, there we go. That's her done. So that took about 10-15 minutes. She's not a big project, obviously, like there's the size of my hand. Mod Podge, if you're using it as a glue, you can just leave it for 2 hours. But if you're using it as a sealer, it says apply a thin coat and gently work into applique. In this case, I'll cross stitch with a fabric brush. I think this is just a paintbrush, so let's just roll with it. Machine washable in cold water, gentle cycle after 72 hours. Normally I just leave it for 48 hours. It depends on my schedule. Like if I'm really busy, I'll just leave it hanging until I can get to it again. So what I would normally do to let it dry, grab a coat hanger that's relatively thin and narrow, and then just clip it on with some sewing clips. I think I got these from Aldi long time ago, but all of the craft shops should have them. Just clip her on. You might need more clips depending on how big your project is. Just hang this up wherever suits. Normally I would do it either on the washing line or on the back of a door so that Melody doesn't get to it. So maybe if you have pets, you might want to put it somewhere that they can't quite reach it so easily. That's her. That's all glued, and I'll be back in a couple of days to show you her when she's dried and then obviously ironed, and then she's finished. I've loved working on her. She's adorable. Hello, it's Wednesday and it's ironing day. She's been drying for around about 48 hours. Let's get her ironed. I hope this light actually shows up a bit better. So here we go. The back of her is not tacky anymore, so all good to be ironed. So I'm gonna do it on the top side first. Got my trusty tea towel at the ready, and we have like this steam type of iron, slightly different to like conventional irons, but it does the job. There we go. Okay, let's get to ironing. Going to very carefully do around the edges because I don't feel that putting a tea towel on top really lets the heat get through as much. Like I need like a flatter surface on the bottom of the iron to actually completely flatten it out. I hate ironing. It's like one of those tasks I refuse to do. Her because she's going into a folio anyway, so she's not going to be perfect. Here we go. Well done. A little bit worse for her, but she's fine. There we go. All done. And here she is. This is the Black Mermaid, all finished. As you've seen in the last clip, she was all ironed and looking pretty. This is the 5th of April, so this is a little bit after I filmed that last clip. Because this project has been a bit of a learning curve, I've made some notes. I just wanted to talk about a couple of things that I've learned from this whole project and process, and like this was quite a, I'm not going to say a creative decision for me, but it was quite a different challenge for me rather than just my usual cross stitching. And I still count myself as a beginner because I really haven't been doing this all that long. Small projects can take ages. She's really not that big. I think she was only like 5,000, 7,000 stitches, something like that. Started her on the 17th of February and I finished her on the 24th of March. Even though she was 7,339 stitches, she still took me like just over a month, which I suppose in the grand scheme of things isn't really that long for a cross stitch project, but yeah, she did take a little while, longer than I thought she would actually. The whole letting the creativity, like I'm not going to say that the decision to use metallics in this project instead was like groundbreaking, but it was nice actually to have a little bit of a change creatively, something else to work with. It wasn't just, you know, the actual stitching part of cross stitching is really therapeutic, I think, anyway, but having a little bit of thing in the back of my brain saying, okay, you're working with metallics, you need to do, not that I've particularly done anything different, but I was just conscious of it a little bit more, you know. Speaking of metallics, I'm totally okay working with them actually. I don't understand all the, I don't know, all the bad press that metallics get. I don't know. It should be good. I don't know if you can call it that. I found that the gliss and gloss threads I was a lot more comfortable working with. They were a lot more pliable, a lot more flexible, so I felt like I could really get them to sit quite nicely. The Cryonics, some colours not so much. Some of them were quite a flat thread, so that was a little bit harder to like manipulate. In terms of actually working with them, it was pretty good, to be honest. I used some, it's thread wax, it's not like a conditioner or anything like that, on some of the threads, and I thought it just kind of dulled the shine on them a little bit, although I feel like that's gone now that I've actually been working on the project a little bit more and I've ironed it and it's come off. But I wouldn't use it again for those particular metallics that I had because it was just easy enough to work with as it was. The next thing I learned was cut a little bit more fabric please next time. Like if you think it's enough, just double check that it is definitely enough, because I feel like I've left her a little bit short at her head and on the bottom here for framing her. It'll be fine, but I would have just liked a little bit more just to be on the safe side. This might seem so silly, right? The last thing I learned is that you don't need to pre-cut your threads when you're bobbinating. I have been doing that since the beginning. I've been cutting my lengths to size as best as possible, and sometimes I feel like, oh, I really want a short length for like a little bit that I'm doing. I don't need the full length. Or sometimes I'm working a big area of the same colour, like on the mermaid, her hair is all 310 apart from the little sparkly bits in between, so I really appreciate having a longer thread. This blew my mind, okay? This blew my mind. I always just cut it. And I tried to actually, for some reason, I was going to bobbinate the metallics as well, even though they were, the gliss and glosses come bobbinated already, so that was fine. I left them on their card. And the Cryonics come on like a spool, like a roll. And I was going to bobbinate them, and then I just sat there and I was like, what the hell am I even doing? So yeah, that's what I learned. You don't have to cut the threads when you bobbinate. That's how you get that really nice, neat looking bobbin, I realised, because all of mine were like sticking up here, there and everywhere because, yeah, I cut them all. But anyway, we live and we learn. I prefer probably not to cut them now and just cut them as I'm working. It doesn't take that long, to be honest. Then I can like do whatever length I think I need. I'll just tell you how long I took to stitch the mermaid. So she was 7,339 stitches and I stitched her for 49 hours and 10 minutes. According to Markup RXP, so take that with a little pinch of salt because I know Markup RXP isn't the most accurate tool to measure it, but I don't really care that much to know exact fine details. Around about 49 hours is good enough for me and feels about right. And then cost. So I talked about cost in my basketball player video and some of you commented on that was a nice little feature to have, so I'm going to do it again here. For the pattern was Black Girl Mermaid by Happy Sloth Patterns. That was £4.05 at the time that I purchased it. It may change and fluctuate obviously depending on how the designer sets up their shop, that's up to them. Because I've shopped with Happy Sloth Patterns before, I got it for £3.89, so I got a 20% discount. In terms of the gliss and gloss, the Cryonics, the DMC colours and the fabric, I got them all from Lakeside Needlecrafts. So I bought 9 gliss and glosses at £2.15 each, 5 Cryonics at £2.49 each, and 7 DMC colours. I probably had 310, but usually I just like to buy the whole project. If I'm, you know, if it's a blank or a 310, I'll just buy more because you always need it. So the DMC colours were 99p. I got free shipping from Lakeside Needlecrafts because I spent so much, and the fabric that I got was the Lakeside Needlecrafts Pastel Rainbow Ada 18 count 50cm by 45cm, and that's £11.99. That was far too much for this project, so I've got quite a bit left over for something else, something nice. That brings the total cost to £54.61. You think I stitched it for 50 hours and I spent £54, so again we're about that £1 an hour-ish. My very rough mathematical calculations. Which again, I think the basketball player was about £1 an hour, so because there was a lot of metallics in here, that's bumped up the price a bit, but that's okay. I'll give you one last look before we go. I really hope this Ada is coming up on camera because it just looks like white to me, so hopefully it turns out okay for you guys. And that's all I have to say for the Black Girl Mermaid, and if I do end up getting a frame for her, I will let you know. Follow me on Instagram, I'll post it whenever she does get framed, or if I find a frame that looks quite nice. Let me know if you want me to do more of these like start to finish videos. I really love putting them together. I probably will, regardless of if you do enjoy them or if you don't. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day wherever you are or whatever you're doing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye! Love you all, bye! I do have Melody here with me. Very interested in what's happening. Here she is. She doesn't really like being lifted and like held in your arms. She'd rather just go onto your shoulders. That's a lovely butt shot right there, Mel. Well, she does this with me anyway. She doesn't do it with— oh my god, right, okay, change your mind. There we go. So if you can see a cat butt, I do apologise. Yes, ma'am. She's just going around, you know, being a cat. You wanting out? Change your mind. Hey, that's my chair, don't even think about it. I've had to get a bit of ribbon for her to play with because she just won't leave me alone. Dangling this ribbon around, trying to keep her entertained, and she's in the position now that she's like ready to pounce. Is it your ribbon? Is it your ribbon? It's my ribbon now. It's my ribbon now. A very play mood. Like Melody's like, how old are you? She's 9. My god, are you 9? She still will play like a kitten. Obviously not as much as what she used to, but she'll still like run around crazy and loves playing with her ribbon and Troy's 3D print filament. She loves that as well.
I was like, where's my phone? But I'm filming on it. Lakeside Needlecraft, where are you?
Hopefully this bloody battery doesn't die on me. Oh, I've only got 17 minutes to do this, so snappity snap snop snop. Do not need to see my face up that close. You just— there we go. I've done this in like 5 minutes. This is— wow.